Hey, what's up everyone? My tablet is really messed and changed over time throughout my life. I can remember this is going to be story time. So, I can remember when I was in 7th or 8th grade and we wanted to go see Ronnie McDowell, who was at the time he was doing Elvis Presley type concerts. He was going around doing imitation songs of Elvis Presley. He was singing over Elvis songs, and he did really good. He was one of the only people that could come that close to Elvis Presley's music. Then, and I wanted to take some pictures of him, but I couldn't get any videos either. So I recorded. At the time, all phones would allow was 30-second audios, and that was in 2007 to 2008. A flip phone. It was an LG Shine, is what I had at the time. My mama had the original Nokia phone, the tiny little Nokia phone, and I had recorded audio on there as well, but it was not much. It was only 30 seconds allowed to maybe a minute at a time. And I had this old MP3 player. It was a SanDisk at the time, and back then even electronics would always mess up on me. As a child, one earbud would always go out, one headphone would always go out. I used to have to bring an entire CD case with music CDs around to play music, and that's what I had to do. That's what everyone had to do at the time. Except when I was in 6th and 7th grade, people mostly they were using their iPods and MP3 players, and I thought it looked so foreign, it looked so advanced, and I felt like, why can't I do that? But it was like, it looked so foreign to see everyone with an iPod or an MP3 player. I never did get Apple or an Apple device. When I got an iPod, I didn't even have internet at the time, so I sent it back to the store. I didn't know anything about the stuff at the time, and so I sent it back to the store because we had no internet access, so it didn't do any good. Couldn't download music to it. And so at that time, we didn't have the internet. We had a computer, but we didn't have the internet, and all you could do was burn the music that you bought from the store on a CD and put it in the computer. There was no streaming. That was far-fetched. That was 12 years ago, so that was far-fetched, and it was like, streaming was like, to have a computer in your house was a very big deal. It was considered kind of a foreign concept, to have a computer in your home. And so I can remember trying to record audio from the Ronnie McDowell concert that he did locally. It was just one county, well, not even a county away, it was actually a town away from us. He did this concert, and I tried to record it. I recorded the audio and titled it in the computer Ronnie McDowell Concert on audio recording in my MP3 player. It was like an hour and a half recording, and I did 2 of those, so it was like 2 hours. 3 hours, sorry. Two hour and a half recordings, that's 3 hours. And so I don't have it today. It just disappeared. I don't know what happened to it. It's gone. I mean, it's gone completely, so I guess you could call that an ME. I don't know, when our computer messed up a lot, that's what always happened to me. Electronics would mess up, but the computer would screw up on me. Devices would mess up completely. They would just totally mess up on me. And so I had all the files in the computer. They're gone. My laptop, I still never got to working again because the person we took the computer to, he always fixed everything up, just like bing bang boom. And then he started slacking, but he knew what he was doing. He's very intelligent, but he wanted to get ours done, and he gave it back to us. But he never did get to fix my laptop. He got into a mess, drugs and everything, and all kinds of crap, and then that ruined him, completely ruined him. Sadly, he was very nice to us, and he was a genius. But back to this. The laptop, I remembered it being such a big deal to have the wireless keyboard and mouse. That's not too many years ago. That's like 9 years ago, 2010. So, I mean, that's not too many years ago. Having the wireless keyboard and wireless mouse in your lap on the couch or chair, and then having the laptop plugged up to the TV through an RGB cable, or a VGA, whichever they'd call it now. An RGB cable is what I called it. Plug that little cable with the two little things you twist them into the TV, and the audio cable up to the TV, and or have the laptop plugged up but have the audio cable plugged up to your phone, or to the, before casting, plugged up to the MP3 player all the way across the room on the TV with extendable audio cables so that you could play music on the TV. And that was like a big deal. That was, to me, was a big deal. That was the way to play music on the TV, or shows on the TV, you know, something from the internet. And it took hours to load something, especially a movie or a show. It took hours. There was no instant streaming or anything like that. It was just, it took so long to load. The internet still gets issues sometimes, but it's not the same thing. It's just crazy how you'd wait all night during summer break at school. You'd wait all night long to try to download a song, or actually you'd wait 8 to 30 minutes, sometimes 30 minutes to an hour for a song that you wanted, and then it took a long time. It wasn't 30 seconds to 2 minutes it was done, or to download a show, it wasn't like it was 4 to 5 minutes, maybe 8, to download a long show or movie or episode or whatever. But streaming now is mainly what you do. But except when you want to watch your movies on Blu-ray and DVD, or an old VHS and you put it in the VCR, we still do that. But the thing is, you know, streaming is the primary form of viewing anything. But the thing is I can still remember having the laptop plugged up, and I thought it was awesome having the keyboard and mouse in my lap and actually seeing it on the TV screen up there, and using the internet on there instead of just having the phone or tablet and casting things to the TV, to the Chromecast or Fire Stick or Fire TV Stick, or having all of the media that way. Or there was no Fire TV Stick, there was no Roku, it was all new. This was recently all a new concept. I mean, I can remember going to the Ronnie McDowell concert and trying to record on audio and taking very few pictures because there was no ability to do so. Now when you go to a place, what do you see? You see everyone with their smartphones lifted up, or everyone with their cameras. I can remember when it went to digital cameras and there were digital cameras up, that's what everyone had. Camcorders and cameras. I still love my Samsung camcorder. I would love to be able to get another one of it, but I can't find one like it. 52x zoom, optical zoom. And everyone was doing that, and then it transitioned from the iPods and MP3 players to streaming but it would go from Betamax, VHS to DVDs in 1999, and then HD DVDs, mini DVDs, then Blu-rays, and then streaming after thumb drives, hard drives, and micro SD cards. And it was, I witnessed the entire transition. That's that is the interesting thing about my lifetime, as I witnessed from childhood, and I had the ideas. All of this was in my mind as a child. I seen it, and I had the idea as a child. All of these inventions of smart vehicles, smart technology, I had that idea, and the inventions, I wrote them down in a book, and I wish I could find that, but the way things have changed, the way we view things has changed so much, and it's just, there was no like, oh, okay, the camcorder, the digital camera, the tablet, or the phone, I'm going to use something to record it, some means to record something. Especially screen recording. A few years ago, like what I'm doing right now, there was no way to screen record. You had to have an app with a root, it was called a root inside it, and a few years ago, there was no root, it wouldn't work, and you had to, tried downloading screen recorders for years and it wouldn't work. Or you'd have to have a webcam access on your computer to record the screen, which I'd like to get a webcam someday, but just to be able to at least screen record on the home computer. With the security risk they have now of updates, without the updates, and I don't have McAfee anymore, and it's like, well, we have Windows 7, and they want you to update the security, and it costs money, and I don't know. But anyway, they had all this stuff just kind of come out throughout my lifetime. I witnessed the progression and transition of it. And there's positive and negative, good and bad. I mean, the monetization and control of everything is not so good, and this social credit they're coming out with, and look that up, by the way, social credit, and it's in China. It's all of this stuff it's progressing positively and negatively, but there's so much going on that it's like I literally witnessed the transition and progression of it all, and I did. We all, those of us, living now, we witnessed it. But I grew up during the entire transition, my childhood, from 1994 to now. And it's insane in every reality, whatever, it's just, I witnessed the entire progression of this, and I can remember years ago wondering how I was going to record an event that we seen, or something interesting happening, or if something happened, I would wonder how I was going to record it. Now it's like, do we use, the camcorder or the digital camera, the little Sony digital camera, or a tablet or phone, or what? But people are just, they don't realize how different it was a few years ago. Especially the young people now, they don't realize that. But, I mean, my stuff half the time doesn't work because of how my energy is. And my tablet shuts off, phone shuts off, devices turn off, quit, everything is crazy. And my phone doesn't want to work most of the time. My camcorder in the middle of the screen's out, but it's not always dependable. But I witnessed the transition of it all, and I can remember years ago wishing I had a means to record things that were happening. And people don't realize, the young people now don't realize anything, to be honest with you, but where it came from. Where it came from, and even the struggle of the past that it took to get here. And anyway, I'll talk about all that in another video, but just witnessing the progression of all of this, and how we didn't even have it years ago. It was just, and when we were watching that Ronnie McDowell concert, when he came to town for free, it was a free concert. He had a free concert imitating Elvis, singing Elvis songs, and he did a really good job. And we didn't have any means to record it. No way to record it. I just had an old MP3 player that half worked, and I tried to record the audio. Now the audio's gone from the computer, so I wish it could have remained. But yeah, this is just me talking about the progression of technology and reminiscing on some time. So peace and much love. This is Spaced Out Productions signing out. Feel free to subscribe and support if you like my content. Peace. I love you all. Bye.